I was born in Cuba, came to this country back in 1963 with my family. We had nothing. We left everything behind. So my dad's a laborer, and we ended up in the western communities and out in the Glades area. He was a dragline operator. Now fast forward a little bit. When I started my business back in the early 90s, the business didn't do well. I had to move. And during this move is when everything happened. When we were moving from the Lake Park area to the Riviera Beach out by Dyer Boulevard and Military Trail, one of my last truckloads of shop supplies and stuff like that, moving over that night, something was falling out of the truck. And I had to pull over. I had to stop and secure this thing that was falling over. And then out of the blue, a bunch of guys from across the railroad tracks, and this happened to be right on a cross corner section of Blue Heron and Old Dixie Highway on the north side of Blue Heron. And I didn't think twice of it. I just thought maybe they were there to help, but they were not. Unfortunately, my wife, my two little girls were in the back of the car. They attacked me. They ransacked my wife, looking for money, looking for something. I got into a scuffle with them, and it was not pretty. As I scuffled with them, I got sucker punched. I fought back as best as I could. I can hear my children in the background going, please, please, please don't kill my daddy, don't kill my daddy. I got hit from behind with one of my own oil drain pans, which left about a 3-inch gash in the back of my head. Little did I know how bad I was bleeding. It wasn't until traffic came to a halt, we were in the middle of the highway, that these, for the better sense of words, I can think of just thuds at that time. They took off, and I was able to get back in my car and drive myself to the nearest gas station on that corner. When my wife went inside and asked the gas attendant to call 911, the 911 came out. I was sitting in the back tailgate of my vehicle. They asked me if I was doing okay. I told them I was doing fine, but I wasn't, because as soon as I got up, I realized that I guess I didn't realize. I knew at that point that something was wrong, because I got faint and I passed out. I had lost a lot of blood at that time. I kind of was in and out of it, and then I eventually ended up in the hospital where they stitched me up. And they used staples. I didn't know they used staples back in the day, so they stapled me up pretty good. What's neat is to see God bring the people into my life, because it was just one huge flux of people from the church coming in, supporting. One of the nurses had asked my wife, who is this man? What kind of importance is he? He says, he's not. He's just, that's my husband, and this is his church. So that was a testimony. Thinking of what could have happened to my daughters as small children, looking at this whole episode, coming loose at all the seams as they're beating their dad. This could have actually been detrimental for their spiritual walk with Christ. And I think and I just thank God that it didn't turn out that way, because they knew by watching me, by watching their father, that I did not have any resentment. So we lead by our actions, not so much by our words. So my wife's walk and my walk, as we moved forward, was the lesson being taught to my own children, to my own girls, that we are not to hate others. Whether they're white, whether they're black, it doesn't matter. We love everybody the same. So when you look at someone and you look at their face and they look different than you are or act different than you are, it's okay. They're different. So don't judge them according to their looks, because it's all about the heart. And again, that's where God wants us. He wants us to be in a position where our heart is for him at all times.